Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another presentation. I will be your presenter, Miss Janelle Mills, and today we'll be talking about a 5E instructional model or the 5E method of teaching. All right. So, what exactly is the 5E instructional model? Well, the 5E instructional model is based on the constructivist learning theory, which suggests that people construct knowledge and meaning from experiences. So, in a nutshell, it's the experiences that you give to people or that they go out and have. This is how they learn, right? So, it involves a series of stages that allow students to understand the concept over time. So, with this strategy or with this model, it's it's progressive. So, it's not just come and push, you give the content all at once, but you take the students through a series of steps. So, as the name suggests, 5E, there are five components of this model, and they all begin with E. So, first, we start in the blue, which is our engagement. Then we move on to exploration, then on to explanation, elaboration, and finally, evaluation. And although evaluation is regarded as the last E, evaluation actually takes place through all the stages of the 5E. So let's look at the stages individually in a bit more detail. So the engagement phase, what goes on here? In this phase, students' interests are piqued to get them interested in learning about the topic that they will be taught. How do we achieve this? If you look at the picture I have here to my right, it can be done through playing games, singing songs, through questions and answer, something fun, showing them a video, something that will get them really excited, right? So, and it would work best if the activity is actually linked to the topic that they will be learning for the day. What this do, it bridge the gap between what they already know and what they need to know. So here the teacher finds out, all right, what do they know about this topic? Let's play a game to find out so I can inform my lesson decision. In the exploration phase, what goes on here? This is the second E of the 5E. So students are given the opportunity to know more about the topic by participating in hands-on activities, very on hands-on activities. So in this phase, students you set up an environment in which they can interact with the material that they will be learning, right? So you're setting up virtual field trips or you have a area in the classroom where you send them to do some research. And what you want to do here is that you want to give them guided questions to keep them on track, to keep it specific, ensure that the students don't stray from what you're asking, right? So this is where students test hypotheses, say for a science lesson, this is where they come up with hypotheses and test those hypotheses to find out. Right? So for example, you are looking at starch tests in science, what you can do in the exploration phase is have students use iodine and different food samples to actually test to see if iodine is present. Right? So this is how you get the hands-on aspect of it. The next E is explanation phase. Right? So in the explanation phase, this is actually where most of your content falls in. But before we do this, you want to give students the opportunity to share what they have explored. Yes, they did an exploration activity, but what do you do with this information? Students' effort should not go unrecognized. Sorry, so what you do is that you allow them, if it's group work, you allow them to present as a group what they found, and you, the teacher, are expected to make a note of this. Why? This is because during this phase, you need to clear any misconception that the students may have carried over from the previous stage. So they went out and they experiment lovely, but now it's your time to make sure that they have the correct information in their books. And this is what the explanation phase is all about. And again, it's a constructivist approach, meaning that it's it's more student centered. So although you're going to be given direct instruction, it must be collaborative. The students must partake in that discussion. The elaboration phase, as the name say, elaborate. You need to give them something more. So in this stage, students are encouraged to collaborate and apply the newly constructed knowledge to a given situation. So this is where you take them from step one to step two, or step two to step three. Yes, they learned about this in the explanation phase, but what can they use this information to do? Here, you want to link whatever they're doing to real life situations or real life problem. Give them a problem to solve that that's actually relevant to say to today's society, right? So while learning, students must see the importance of learning. Say they're doing area. Students must see the importance of doing area. Don't just give them a flat square and say, hey, find the area of this. Tell them that maybe there is a playing field with width of 24 meters and length of 60 meters. What is the area of the field? Right? Or how much playing space will the students have at the school? Right? Give them things that they can actually relate to and it's real life. Oh, and also in the elaboration phase, it is encouraged to give them group work. Yes, allow them to do group work together, share ideas, and critique and evaluate, which is better. Evaluation. This is our final E. What happens in this stage is that students are given the opportunity to prove what they have learned. And learning is a change in behavior. Yes, you learn something. What do you do with this information? Right? So this can come in the form of a oral evaluation, multiple choice items, short answers, fill in the blanks, and this should be tailored according to students' learning needs. Remember, not all learners are the same. All learners won't be on the same pace, right? So this is where tiers fall in. So you want to make sure that the evaluation method that you're given is able to appraise that specific student. So you cannot give a non-reader, say for example, a passage to read and then answer a question unless you are going to act as the reader. Instead, you can give them something like circling images or drawing something. Right? So you want to make sure that you tailor this part of your lesson in order to cater for different learning needs. Although we have a 5E, we also have this one that we call extension that we regard as homework. So this is where students get additional practice with the material. So yes, they learned this in class, but maybe they need some more practice. Send them home with homework, right? It doesn't have to be something where they're answering questions. Send them to do research. Let them go and watch something on World Geographic Channel, Animal Planet, something as long as it's helping them to construct more knowledge on what they have learned. And that's basically it for 5E. Very simple. And again, I do hope you learned something from this. Thank you.